Hola, amigos and amigas. This is trueno. Trueno in Spanish, thunder. Trueno. And thunder's feeling kind of burn baby burn today. I went to the park. Boy, that was fun. Getting out into nature. I'm telling you, there's nothing like going out in nature to get rejuvenated from the bullshit. You get out there and you commune, and people wonder, where's God? Well, if you go out into nature and you just open up to it, then it starts flowing through you. Okay? And there it is. There's God, A number one. God, Goddess, Spirit that moves in all things, Grandfather, Grandmother. And that's muy primo. Thunder might go out to a Salsa Club tonight. I was checking one out right next door to this on 1 Avenue over. I'm downtown. Might as well go out and experience the color of the local populace. And a lot of people come across the border too and get over there and boogie their ass off to some salsa music like Buena Vista Social Club, which I posted today. Cuba's primo salsa group. But on my way back from the park today, it's funny. I'm riding my electric bicycle, which beats cars by a mile, and it's just got a little throttle on it. It's got a battery on it, right? And it's like a regular bicycle, except if you need to get somewhere quicker or go up a hill or whatever, you gas it up a little. Of course, I'd rather have a Harley Sportster that's chopped, okay, like in the old days, where the foot pegs are up right next to the up a ways, so that you're kind of leaning back, and you got the sissy bar in back for whoever you want to take, female variety, and you got the risers that are coming back instead of up. They're coming back, so you're riding a horse. But anyway, I'll do with the electric bike for now. I named it the Wind Rider, kind of like a horse, It's fun. You can see more. You can go to the park. I went out, did some Tai Chi and Kung Fu and some Qigong, and just communed with nature and opened up to nature and the squirrels and the little bugs in the grass. And I had a leaf I found. A leaf, I should say. Too bad. I was going to put it in this video. I'll put it in the next one. But on the way back, I'm like riding around on this electric bike, and I'm seeing there's a whole bunch of cops everywhere in San Diego. And I know there's cops here, but they got them walking around the streets now, kind of like beat cops, and they're like, they all look the same, okay? They all walk with the same walk. When you come up behind them, they have this swagger, right? Like, I'm king shit, because they got all this leather strapped to them. And I'm thinking, man, that makes a good target right there. Their backs, that makes a great target for somebody. Not me, God forbid. But that's a dangerous line of work. I mentioned that. I think we should warn them. Viva la revolución. Got my Geronimo t-shirt on. And it says, hand in your weapons. The government will take care of them for you. Which is sarcastic, of course. Burn, baby, burn. Remember that in the 60s, you people that can remember that far, that haven't burned out all your brain cells? That used to be, I think, Angela Davis, black lady. I don't know if she coined that phrase or if it was the Black Panthers. Burn, baby, burn. Burn that mother down. That was a song, too. Disco Inferno or something. Of course, we know what they really meant. Anyway, when I was checking these cops out, I was going, they're just lunkheads. They're just like, they're clomping around in their big, thick-soled, funny-ass looking shoes that you can't even feel the earth through. I wear moccasins and anything soft. Okay. And they're clomping along like they own the friggin' world, and they don't. Okay, and then I get back and I see this video that was posted, about the cops beating the hell out of people in Germany, and what's that about? Are they freaking out in Germany now, or? And we're still looking for the video from Putin. This hat, kind of reminds me of the Che Guevara hat, right? The Che Guevara, and then the Buena Vista Social Club, if you haven't checked them out. Salsa is the way to go, is the way to boogie into battle. It's fun music. It really is. And it gets the juices flowing, and it gets that, feeling of revoluciones in the air, and it also is very romantic and erotic too. I mean, salsa music, hello? I'm going to confess, I'm going to go over to the Salsa Club tonight. Maybe. I'm considering it seriously. Because I played salsa for a long time with Luis Gasca, who was a premier salsa trumpet player and played with Santana and Malo. And he's got about 50 albums out, I think. He's got a discography that is a yard long. He was a friend of mine, little bantam rooster with long hair, Mexican, fireball. You didn't want to be in his band, although I was, because he would give everybody shit. If they weren't right on it, which they better be if they're in his band. But see, I love the passion, okay, of that whole thing. That whole Che Guevara Revolucion, Pancho Villa, Viva Zapata. They had their own revolutionaries, and they didn't take shit, from the government. If it was time to get rid of a government, they got rid of them, period. So I suggest to people, like I was taking a walk. I'm in the gas lamp quarter here. That's why there's all these eclectic little places and taco shop. It is kind of cool. Too expensive for one thing, and geared towards people that have a lot of money. For instance, there's a steakhouse a block down. The cheapest you can get a steak for is $45. Hello? What's it made out of? Gold? Do you get a gold ring in your ear with it, or in your nose too, so they can lead you down the friggin' path? Anyway, there's some earthier hangouts, shall we say, in Santiago. It ain't all bad here. It's just half bad, or 3/4 bad, because there's too friggin' many people. But if you're going to have to rub your shoulders, you might as well go down to the Salsa Club and hang out with the people that come across from Tijuana. The young ladies that come across from over there and frequent the little salsa clubs here, and Just for a little cheer, you know? Thunder just trueno likes a little cheer now and then. Nothing wrong with that, right? Listen to a little music, and I don't know if I could handle a shot of tequila. I don't really drink, but I have other ways to enjoy the evening, shall we say. Although one shot of tequila, listen to me. Am I like getting out of hand here? I guess I am. Okay, people, you need to help me out here, because like I'm going. I think I'm turning into a Cuban. I think I'm turning into I haven't turned into. I have been for a long time. Long time, man. I really hate to see people getting beat down by cops, don't you? And it's going to be more and more everywhere now, since the austerity measures and basically the EU, the European Union governments, and all that good shit fucking up. Can't pay their bills. Everybody's going to hell in a handbasket. And over in the U.S., economy is doing just great, except it's the stock market's porpoising like that, you know, up and down, up and down, up and down. When you start porpoising, it's like being in an airplane and hitting turbulence. Better wake up, people. And you know, another thing I notice is that, you know, all these clubs around here, and they're building like 3-4 hotels in one block in Santiago. And I'm thinking, who's paying these people to do this? The city fathers, the planning commission? Are they paying these people to come in here and build all these big hotels? Are they in leagues? Well, yeah. But that don't mean they ain't gonna, they ain't gonna go belly up. You can build all the fancy hotels, and I used to think it was just for the elite, but like I hang out on the street out front at night. Because you have to understand, people. I go to the park, and it's like that's my environment. That's my stomping grounds. That's my home when I go to the park here, because it's the closest thing to nature, and there's quite a bit there. It's big, Balboa Park in San Diego. However, when you come back to where I'm staying right now, which is 2 miles from the park, you're in the concrete jungle. You're in the concrete jungle, not the green jungle. So you have to search for trees and all that good shit. And then you got the high-rise buildings and the construction all over the friggin'. They're just ruining San Diego. The old San Diego, they're ruining it. They're ruining it. And they can take all their construction and all this bullshit and jackhammers and building stuff on every street and tearing down old classic buildings and putting up new. They can stick that up their ass. And if you're listening to me, city fathers of San Diego, stick it. I remember this town when there wasn't a damn building above, I don't know, 20 floors or something. And it was just one. El Cortez Hotel, and it was an old hotel, and that was the only one in San Diego, and there were no high-rise. Now there's like 20 of them, okay, or maybe more. And so this is a sign, people, of what they're doing. They're just spending money recklessly, and guess whose money that is? Guess whose money it is? It's the people's money. The people. By the way, I think I got my light situation fixed. I got it now to where I can wave my hand. I told him, get your ass up here and fix these lights, because I don't want them going off on me, especially when I'm in the shower, okay? So I don't know, they might go out, and we'll see if they go back on, whatever. If you raise your hand, they're supposed to go back on. There's an old saying, okay? Die on your feet. It's a revolutionary saying. Die on your feet. In other words, die fighting. Or Or live on your knees. Live on your knees. In other words, you'll be on your knees as servants and slaves to the system. If you don't get up on your feet, you don't get up on your own 2 feet and burn, baby, burn. And that could be a metaphor. Burn, baby, burn, right? Burn, baby, burn means any number of things. Aren't you sick of the bullshit, people? And aren't you sick of the bullshit people? The people that are making slaves out of everybody. What's that other saying Gerald Celente uses? You know, when people have nothing to lose, or, man, I don't know. I got to get this right now. Oh, you guys know what I'm talking about. When people have lost everything, there's nothing to lose or something. We're kind of like right there. I don't think that's the same, but it's close enough. When people lose everything, they have nothing to lose in going for whatever they need to go for. Change. Do they need to go for change, people? I think so, yeah. Don't you think it's overdue? I think it is. So, don't be afraid of people that have, you know, bulletproof vests and the shields, okay, and the stormtrooper gear, because that stuff's only so protective. It's... I had a lawyer tell me one time, and he was Jewish. He was a good friend of mine. He goes, "They're just another gang. They're just another gang. Look at them. They're like the Hell's Angels, only they're the opposite. They're the yin and the yang. They got their leathers on, and they got their patches, just like the Hell's Angels have their patches, and they got their private club and their motorcycles, and so they're just another gang. So are we going to let some gang that doesn't have any sense whatsoever, no common sense, no compassion, no wisdom, they're just a bunch of meatheads, okay? They don't have anything between their ears. I know it's awful bright in here today because I got the blinds open, and it's a weird cloud situation today. So it's kind of like a big giant lamp outside, because the sun's filtering through the clouds coming in the windows. Of course, it could go dark in here, and we could have a thunderstorm, a Wakia storm. I'm brewing one up here. I have been trying to find that video. That is the documentary on Putin. Man, you know, I did find a link that said that RT's planning on coming out with all the different translations, Ukraine, and let's not forget English here, people, when you're translating. Those are the people over here, the people that are in the know that you want to influence and spread your word around. This thing should have been out a long time ago. They should have had the English translation already done. Already done. I don't know what these people are thinking. The producers of the film should have made sure that even before they even released it, that they should have known. Timing is everything. They should have known that people are going to want to see this and have the English translation already friggin' done. And why they didn't is beyond me. Or maybe they did and they're just like timing it for something. Who knows? Who the hell knows? So we don't want to get complacent. Bottom line here, we don't want to get complacent with authority and the meatheads and the lunkheads and the commercial jerks and the circle jerks, you know, whatever. So, people, let's get into that state of mind. I was thinking back, you know, on the brotherhood of a certain time, a certain era. 60s, 70s. Okay, so there it goes. And there, see, it didn't go back on. Hey, see, it's supposed to go back on. The beard's getting pretty thick, huh? Gray beard. I'm turning into a gray beard, Thunder is. Hey, I've had beards down to here before. You know, the Fu Manchu Taoist monk beard, you know, down here. I guess I might just let it grow. Who knows? Isn't gray hair and a gray beard, isn't that supposed to mean you're wise or something? Or I'll keep trying to get the light back on. Oh, I fixed it good. They fixed it good, didn't they? See? Can't get it back on. I got a good mind to get up right now and get it back on. It's okay. Man, it's bright behind me, isn't it? I should do some backlight composition here. I think the Great Spirit does this to me. Great Spirit likes to have fun with me with lights for some reason. Even outside, you know. Sun will go behind the clouds and then come out, go in, back in. Hell, if it gets to a certain degree of intensity here, Thunder's liable to just turn into molecular structure and dissipate into the atmosphere. Wow. Sure does put a different light on things, doesn't it? You can see my beard a little now, huh? Okay, people, I'm babbling on here. I want anybody that's interested to check out the Campfire Council. And if you like it, vote for us. No, just kidding. If you like this video, like, hit the like thing and share it and do all that good stuff. You know, you should check out the Campfire Council. We're a group of kindred souls. The links are below. We're humorous. At least Thunder is, as you can tell. We like to have fun, okay? And we like to hang out together, and we like to talk about world events. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. I don't want to leave this out. So I'm out in the park, and then because I'm out in the park, I'm near this shopping center or this place that I like to go. And I go in there, and I go to the bagel shop, right? And I have a cup of coffee and a muffin, and I'm like sitting there. I walk outside. This is a great little story. Goes right along with what I'm saying about people being complacent and everything. So I walk outside, and there's three beautiful young ladies sitting there at a wooden kind of like picnic. And I sit on one end, and they're all sitting there, and every one of them is staring at their iPod, okay? Every one of them, all three of them, and they're not looking up, and they're not looking to the left, and they're not looking to the right, and they're going like this. And I walk by them, and I go, is this a contest? Are you guys in a race or something? And they looked at me like, man, this guy's nuts. And I sat down, and I struck up a conversation. They probably didn't want to hear it. What I started off was, hey, did you guys hear about that big solar storm we had 2 days ago? And they went, what? They look at what? And I go, yeah, we had a big solar storm about 2 days ago, 4:30 in the morning, St. Patrick's Day, and it knocked out a bunch of stuff, coax cable and all these different things. And they're like, really? What happened? And I'm like, yeah, the stuff that you're using right there, those iPods, they're going to be useless if we have an X-class flare. And then I started going into it, and they're going, oh, really? And yeah, I heard something about that. And so what did I do? I sucked them right out of their iPods into reality. And they're all of a sudden they're talking to this guy named Thunder, who's telling them about solar storms and about and then I went, and then I launched right off into the financial thing and the whole ball of wax, the financial collapse and how we're close to nuclear war with Russia. And they're like, I never watched the news. I didn't know anything about this. And then I asked one of the girls who looked Mexican, Native American. I said, "You're Mexican, huh?" And she goes, "Yeah." I go, "Do you you're half Indian then, right?" And she goes, "Well, yeah." And I go, "What tribe are you with?" And she goes, well, I think it's, I can't remember. I think it's China. And I'm going, China. I got to still look that up. I think she could have meant Chiene. I don't know. If it's Chiene, then it's a band of Apache. Anyway, so I had these three young ladies, ages of about, I'd say ranging from 24 to 27. All of a sudden they're talking to somebody real, and they're not on their little iPod things, and there, see, I told you it would go behind a cloud. See, I'm psychic. Thunder knows. Thank you, Great Spirit, for your darkening situation here. I was starting to go blind off the reflection from the camera here. Anyway, I know I'm rambling on, but there it goes again. Isn't that a trip? I love it. Nature at its finest. I'd rather have natural light and have it going in and out behind clouds than this light turning off and on, but I told you it's the same thing. So anyway, the moral of this story is wake people up, and the moral of this video is pull people out of their fantasy world. Do they live in a fantasy world, or are they going to get real? Okay, are they going to, when they left, I felt like saying, well, how did it feel to talk to a real person for a change and have some exchange on some kind of intellectual and wisdom spiritual level, as opposed to being locked into your friggin' little iPods there? And they weren't even talking to one another. That's how weird it was. Three girls sitting there. They're not even conversing with one another. They're just sitting there like zombies. First time I saw them, I said, I'm pulling them out of this shit. Real quick. Thunder is thunder. What can I say? Anyway, people, this is what we need to do. This is the plan, okay? If you can't do it, on the internet, when that goes, you just go out and you talk to people and you just pull them out of it. Pull their heads out of their asses and say, Viva la revolucion, baby. Thunder, over and out.